It is fast becoming the signature of the downtown Manhattan skyline.
From the very top, you'll be able to see the curvature of the Earth.
One World Trade Center is visible from miles away.
It's on its way to being the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere.
When complete, it will tower 104 stories high. Bill BARONI is one of the managers of the project.
We're not building something for the next 10 years. We're building something for the next 1,000 years.
10 years after the attacks, there is optimism here. It's visible in the faces of New Yorkers and visitors.
Wow, I love it.
I would prefer to have the old World Trade Center. I think it looks better. I think it's a nicer design. It's more interesting. I think I love the angles.
I think it brings the closure. Brings the closure to the place. You can see that something was actually built.
But not without precaution. The first 20 floors of One World Trade are almost pure concrete, enough to repel a truck bomb, say builders.
The concrete is some of the strongest concrete ever poured. That building is the strongest built office building in the history of the world.
A total of 4 buildings are under construction here, and another already finished. Moving in, Condé Nast, a Chinese bank, lots of government offices, and the sales pitches there for others to join.
Big open floors and superb opportunity for major tenants who need the latest in technological improvement.
The outdoor memorial fountain will open to visitors on September 11th this year. It's a simple design by architect Michael ARAD, flowing water where the Twin Towers stood.
As you approach these voids, you really feel it deep inside of you physically. And when you come close to them, you start to see the individual names of the people who died on that day. And you see literally hundreds and hundreds of names.
Next year, a museum will open right next to the memorial. There is a sense here that even before 9/11, this weekday work neighborhood was emerging as a place to also live and start a family. The attacks 10 years ago did not alter that course.
Oh, that's a helicopter.
Denise Corder and her husband moved into this building after 9/11. Now the sounds of children fill the hallways.
There were about 22 babies born within a 6-month period, and we realized that there was an absolute baby boom happening in our building and in our neighborhood. And since Luke was born, there have been at least another 20 babies born.
In the mid-1990s, about 14,000 people lived in the 1 square mile around Ground Zero. Now, 56,000 people live here. But for others, this area will always be where nearly 3,000 people were murdered. Far from Ground Zero is where Janice Collins lives.
Swing set, our Adirondack chairs.
She used to have a high-paying Wall Street job. On 9/11, she was late for a conference on top of the World Trade Center. That saved her life.
And all I could think about was getting to Westport, Connecticut as a refuge. Because it seems so safe compared to Manhattan.
She has no desire to go back.
I just didn't think I should raise my children in a place that at any point in time they could be on a subway and a suicide bomber could get on it.
But more than 300,000 people come to work here every day. And 9 million tourists come to watch as workers busily create billions of dollars in new construction.
It's a privilege, I guess, rebuilding America and show my family come down here and see all the work we did.
The scene here might seem almost familiar to New Yorker Walt Whitman, writing during the Industrial Revolution a century and a half ago. The shapes arise, shapes of factories, arsenals, foundries, markets. Add to that now high-rise buildings with the latest in telecom infrastructure, all grown from a one-time downtown trading post called New Amsterdam. Ted Shaffrey, Associated Press, New York.